Welcome to class. Let's begin seated. If you aren't able to sit in lotus, then put a cushion or a folded blanket underneath your hips so that you can sit up tall without straining and the thighs can drop down. Bring the palms together, close the eyes, and draw your awareness inward. Enhance the senses inward. Practice pratyahara. Look and listen inward. Feel the rising of the breath. And as the breath goes out, notice the grounding and calming sensation. Let go of the blocks to breath, the blocks for prana to flow through the body. Make subtle adjustments in your head, neck, and shoulders, balancing up over your pelvis and letting go of strain so that the breath flows more evenly. And as we move the blocks to the flow of prana, notice the sensation that brings. If you feel comfortable to, you could join me chanting Om, or just listen. Lower the head towards the heart. Release the hands to the thighs, palms facing up. Lift the head and open the eyes. Stretch back into extended child's pose. Lengthen through the index finger knuckle reach as you lengthen the inner arms. And as you inhale, glide into upward facing dog or modified with the knees down, whatever your hips and spine feel ready for. Just gently stretching now. Exhale to glide back. And inhale to glide forward. Finding the appropriate range for you. Bringing the hips as close to or as far away from the wrists as you need to. You can add a little neck stretch. One more time. Now, as you're flowing with your breath, think of one of the definitions of prana is that you're freeing prana so that it can move like a great bird. Prana is likened to a great bird in the source text. So think of yourself flowing through these asanas. Now come into downward facing dog. Like a great bird riding the gusts of wind, allowing the wind, which is the breath in the physical body, to help flow us through the postures. Now there is a little bit of effort. Of course, the great bird has to do some flapping of its wings, but if you've ever seen a great bird, maybe a hawk or something, there's very little amount of effort. There's a balance of effort and then riding the gusts. They'll ride them on the way down and maybe do some flaps to climb back up. So think of yourself riding the breath like this. Inhale, raise your right leg up as you press your left big toe now. Exhale, step your back leg forward, right foot forward. As you inhale, come up on the fingertips. Exhale, step your back leg and fold. Drop into chair pose. Arms reach back. Turn palms. Inhale, lift navel, raise arms. Exhale, back into the low chair. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate. Step back. Lower down onto your belly. Inhale into low cobra. And holding the low cobra position, see if you can keep the little back bend in your upper back as you slide your hands forward along the floor. Good. Turn the thighs so your kneecaps point straight down. Engage your legs. Back muscles strong. Just enough effort to hold the position. Now pull your elbows back into cactus, holding that little back bend. Now here's the tricky part. Can you reach the arms forward? Still maintain, if it goes into your lower back, tap the ground instead. And then we're going to go for 30 seconds. Squeezing as you reach back. Inhaling as you reach forward. Or maybe the other way around. Whatever breath pattern feels appropriate. I think inhaling as you squeeze back is a little better. Or maybe the exhaling. See what works best for you. Now hold the squeeze position. You should really feel the back muscles, the backs of the legs, the glutes. Good job. Lower yourself down with the arms in cactus. Turn your face to the left and to the right. Press your hands down and stretch back in a downward facing dog. Step your right foot for warrior one. Inhale, come up. Open up to your side, Virabhadrasana 2. Place your hand down onto the inside of your foot, block or floor, and wrap your left arm behind your back, half bind or full bind. And then start to straighten your right leg, halfway, maybe all the way. Look down at your leg, and as the left chest and shoulder roll open, feel the stretch across the back side of the neck. Now as you press your right big toe mound, engage your right outer hip, lengthen through the crown of the head like I pulled the hair on the top of your head in the line of your big toe. And then rotate your chest. Press your right shoulder blade in to turn your gaze up. If the back is rounded, the neck will take the burden. So you have to have the length of the thoracic to open chest. Look down again, bend your knee, slide your hand a foot in front of your pinky toe. Block or not, it's your call. Hand stays behind the hip at first, so you can engage the hip, get the same length, and maybe look up again. It's really challenging on the balance. You have to feel what's most appropriate. Let's go back to Trikonasana. Then bring left hand to ground. Bend your right knee. Plant your left hand and twist. Take your right arm up. Now from here, you could turn to the outside edge of the left foot and step back into side plank. Or you can roll to the outside edges of both feet and hold here. A little modified side plank. Or you can try the flowing side plank, which I tend to like, lowering the left hip, reach your right hand back towards your back foot, and then lift, reach up and over. We'll do that 3 times, moving nice and slow. If this one doesn't work for your hip or your shoulder or something, you just hold the modified side plank. Don't force it. Good. Now from here, let's try this little tricky transition. Can you spin your feet back to the lunge position and then reach your right hand back towards your back knee as you straighten the right leg? Then from there, you might be able to lean into your left hand and step back into down dog, one-handed down dog. Bring the right hand down too now. Tricky transition. Step your left foot for warrior 1. Inhale, come up. Flow open into warrior 2. Modified side, put your hand down. Wrap your right arm behind your back, half or full bind, your call. As you look down, start to straighten the left leg halfway, maybe all the way. We're looking down here as you roll the outer left hip in and under. Roll your heart open, feel the stretch, maybe across the scalenes, the side of the neck. Now, like someone's pulling a hair on the top of your head, lengthen through the line of your big toe. Press the left shoulder blade in, roll the heart open as you go to look up if you're going to look up. Then bend the knee as you look down, slide your hand a foot in front of your foot in line with your pinky toe. If the hand on the floor makes you round your upper back, put your hand on a block or your elbow on a chair. If the balance isn't so good, you can even put your top hand on the seat of the chair. Or what's it called? The back of the chair, the left elbow on the seat. Back rest, that's what you call that thing. Bend your knee and slide back. Udhita Trikonasana, open up big. And bring your right hand down as you spin your back heel up. Roll open into side plank. Hold in this modified side plank on the outside edges of the feet, or go for the flowing side plank. Three times with the breath. And then from there, spinning the feet back, stretch back into whatever you call this. Both legs straight, left hand reaching back. And as you load your right hand, You might be able to scoot your left foot back, slide it back, or pick it up and step back. Downward facing dog. That requires a lot of shoulder stability, so if you got some shoulders or wrists, don't force that one hand in transition. Come into low lunge. Right foot forward, left knee down. Hold with both hands in front of you or reach back with your right hand for your foot. Release and change sides. Left foot forward, right knee down. Release that and lie down onto your back for bridge or Urdhva or lie on your belly and come up into Dhanurasana. Your call. Release that. Lower yourself down. And then go up one more time, bridge pose or Urdhva, or you could do a camel or belly back bend if you prefer. Up to you. Lower yourself down. Open your arms out to the side. Cross your right knee over your left knee and shift your hips over to the right a little bit. Let your legs go over to the left. Come back to center. Change the cross, hips to the left and knees to the right. Come back to center. Take happy baby. And then lie down on your back for Shavasana, corpse pose. Just let yourself rest deeply inward. Gently bend the knees. Roll onto your side. Bring yourself up to seated. Thank you. Namaste.